Bellingham.
Yeah, not the best performance.
And that man, Jude Bellingham.
Oh, that is absolutely magnificent!
Is Jude Bellingham the new Zinedine Zidane? Ever since Bellingham transferred to Real Madrid, that has been the hot question. Madrid legend Roberto Carlos certainly seems to believe the Englishman is the new Zidane when he said, "At certain moments he reminds me of Zizou." Boss Carlo Ancelotti has also said, "There are things about the way he plays that remind me of Zidane. It's his extraordinary quality on the ball." Are they right? Will Bellingham have as much impact as Zidane had? Bellingham grew up watching Zidane, and now he himself is a Galactico and a star man for Madrid. However, did you know he almost didn't become a football player? At 6, when other kids his age were keen on playing football and were already looking to make their marks, he didn't seem like a kid who would have a future in the football world. So what changed his mind? Bellingham actually began playing football because his father, who was running a youth team, didn't have enough players for the side. So, reluctantly, Jude joined his father's team. However, shortly after joining this team, it became obvious that he was a natural. So good, in fact, that he was only a part of his father's youth team for just a year. He then went on to join Birmingham's academy when he was 7 years old. At this point, he was already on his way to becoming a star. But even he didn't know this just yet. However, his trainers did. Bellingham plays as a central or attacking midfielder, and this has always been his position. Goals were a part of his game, and as a 10-year-old in Birmingham's academy, he just couldn't stop scoring. At this point, it became obvious that he wasn't supposed to be playing alongside his peers, he was just too good for them. But there was a problem. He didn't want to stop playing with his peers. However, after a while, Jude realised that he wouldn't get any better at his game if he didn't play with the older guys. But he was always meant for bigger things. You see, when Jude was 13, he was a regular for the England under-15 side and was the team's captain. It was clear that the young player was doing great, even though he was only just getting started. Bellingham captained the England under-15 side at 13 years of age. This was huge, but it was nothing compared to his involvement with his club. If you've played sport at a young age, you know how much bigger and stronger people are who are only 1 or 2 years older than you. But Jude didn't care. At 14, Bellingham was already playing for Birmingham's under-18 team, and he was just 15 when he became a part of their under-23s side. So, he had to play with guys that were much older than him. But the player enjoyed the challenge and also came out on top. After 1 year of playing with the under-23 side, he got promoted to the senior team at 16. Bellingham was just immense as a player. Not long after being promoted to the Birmingham first team, something became clear. Jude was their best player. He was so good that the older players on the team acknowledged him as a player who would go very far before he left. Birmingham actually retired the number 22 shirt when he left in 2020. That's how good he was. With his immense talent, it was obvious that the midfielder wouldn't stay long in Birmingham. Different top-tier teams were looking to get him into their squad. Manchester United were willing to part with £20 million so they could buy him. Jude was tempted. United are a big team and playing for them would have been great, and of course, Jude was well aware of this. However, he prioritised his development over the prestige of playing for England's most successful team. When Bellingham was finally ready to move, he didn't choose any team in England, but rather he moved to Borussia Dortmund in Germany with their excellent reputation for developing youngsters. Borussia Dortmund eventually parted with €25 million for Bellingham's services. Now, Bellingham is well known for adapting to life in Madrid very rapidly. That's the type of person he is. Well, it was no different in Germany. He also adapted to the Bundesliga in a flash. He scored on his debut, and with this, he became one of the youngest debutants to score for Dortmund. Life in Germany for Jude was fast-paced, and after playing in the Bundesliga for only 2 months, he received his first senior team call-up. He went on to debut against the Republic of Ireland and had his first international tournament for the Lions at the 2020 Euros. The midfielder narrowly missed out on achieving Euro glory for England as they lost to Italy on penalties. Back in Germany, Jude continued to be a force to be reckoned with. He was one of the most important players in the Dortmund side, and with the departure of Sancho and Haaland, he was expected to bear more responsibility for the team. This was another challenge that Bellingham was born for, and he would eventually go on to captain Dortmund. However, he had a bigger ceiling than Dortmund. Real Madrid came knocking, and they weren't the only ones. Liverpool came calling too. Madrid. Jude could have gone back to England, but no player can resist Real Madrid, especially Bellingham, who knew he was ready. So he chose to move to Spain and become a Galactico. When Bellingham arrived in Real Madrid, he didn't waste any time settling in. He stood out immediately with goals, scoring 18 and assisting 8 in 26 appearances. The midfielder displayed the same qualities that Zidane showed for Real Madrid. Now Bellingham idolises Zidane, and after signing for Madrid, he chose the number 5 shirt, which Zidane wore when he played for Los Blancos. The midfielder then went on to give performances that made him worthy of the number on his jersey. Bellingham's performances were so brilliant that even Zidane himself was impressed and has revealed he's a big fan of the Englishman. He's an unbelievable player who does incredible things. You could have imagined what he was going to do, but he surpassed all the statistics with what he's actually doing, Zidane said. The Englishman is beyond exceptional. He has exquisite ball control and immense technical ability. However, he didn't sacrifice physicality for his technical quality. So, both on and off the ball, Bellingham is superb. He can drive the ball and is also very confident in possession. Now, while he bears similarities to Zidane in terms of how they use the ball, Bellingham is actually more versatile than Zidane. The Englishman can play in different places in the midfield with his vision and physical ability, and can even play as a second striker. He's even on course to catch up with Zidane's goal and assist tally. So Zidane played 227 games for Real between 2001 and 2006, scoring 49 goals and assisting 69 within that period. In just his first 31 games with Real Madrid, Bellingham has scored 20 goals and assisted 9 times. Bellingham is a complete midfielder, as Philipp Lahm calls him. Apart from his talent as a footballer, the Englishman is also a leader, and he has shown his leadership ability for both club and country. So, do you think Bellingham can go on to make the same impact Zidane had, or will his numbers start to dwindle? Well, who knows, but let us know what you think in the comments section down below, and we'll see you in the next video.